Fighting in a custody battle is never a good thing to do. A lot of you may be wondering, what does a custody battle have to do with me? I'm happily married, I'm happily single, I don't have children, my children are grown, etc. But chances are you've all had someone who has gone through a custody battle, or you may know someone who will go through a custody battle in the future. The information provided here will give you the tools to tell those people who could be facing a custody battle some things that are going to help them as far as not fighting with the opposing party. My journey here with returning to college for my bachelor's degree started with the intention of going to law school after I obtained my bachelor's degree. Having such a vast background in law, I wanted to be one that changed things for the men as far as fighting for custody. The courts see it that the woman is usually the best place for the child, be it boy or girl child. And I have firsthand seen cases that that's not always correct. But the courts are so stuck in their ways that they basically give the woman more chances than the man, and the woman ends up with the child most of the time. Seeing this fighting for so long and returning to college, it was laid on my heart that that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to help someone fight. I want to be on the other side and help someone figure it out before they have to fight. There's a process when you go through the court system for a custody battle. You have to file a petition, hire an attorney who's going to go in court and fight for you. You have to get witnesses, proof, keep filing documents, file answers, and you have to wait certain time limits required by the court. Fighting is bad because you are not only hurting the other party, but the majority of the time you are hurting the child. Despite our likes or dislikes for the opposing party as far as in a custody battle, the child doesn't see that. The child sees the love that they have for a parent, no matter what the two parents are fighting over or for. On one side, you may see it as fighting for the right of the child, but the child seeing their parents go in and out of court is going to be something devastating and something that they are not going to easily get over. For a research paper in one of my previous classes here at Colorado Christian University, I had the chance to personally interview one of our local judges, Judge James Doherty with the 27th Judicial District Court in St. Landry Parish, and I asked him if it mattered if one party was being petty as far as filing petition to try to make the other parent look bad in front of the court to win the child. He said, if one parent continuously files motions against the other parent and there is no concrete proof, I will start to question the motives of the stability of the parent filing. This was an interview I did back in October of 2016. I've also found different articles stating that fighting can be emotional trauma on the child and or children. This was an article written by Vanasesh back in 2013, and she also advised that a close relationship with both parents after divorce is associated with positive adjustments and emotional security for that child. That can be found on page 142 of Vanasesh's article, Communing Between Two Parent Households. So you're in a custody battle. Ashley, what can we do to change it or make it better or to help prevent fighting? First of all, communication. The other party is not always going to say things that you approve of or you like, just as you are not going to do or say things that the other party approves of and likes. Nobody's perfect. There's going to be a battle. So what's the best thing you can do? Communicate with the other party. Keep an open line of communication at all times. You may not like it, But you can come to an agreement and try to negotiate and find something that works for both parties, because ultimately the child is the best, is who we're fighting for, their best interest, not who wants more time as the parent, not how to hurt the other one just because you want to hurt them. And the best way to hurt a parent is through their child. If a relationship ends, we can be mature adults and co-parent to foster a positive and healthy relationship with both parties. Crunk also wrote that children need both parents to be physically and emotionally attuned, involved, and responsible. This was in 2012. So how can we do that? The best thing for a child, if it does result, a relationship does result in a split, is 50-50. 7 days with one parent, 7 days with the other, equal time. It can be 1 month, however you decide. A lot of people may say, well, that's a lot of back and forth for the child. But there was an article done by Marie Wadsby, and she researched this, and she found that psychiatric symptoms as measured by the SCL-25 was equal among adolescents alternating residence and living, and those children living in intact homes. So a child that never has to go through a divorce of their parents or a split has the same emotional stability as a child who splits their time between divorced parents equally. This is a legal file folder, expandable file folder. It hasn't completely expanded yet, but in my years of law, I had a client who had 5 of these stretched to the max, and all it was fighting to hurt the other party. It's the child that's ultimately going to pay the price, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically, because they act out in different ways. So don't become one of those people that have 5 expandable folders or more because you want to hurt the other party. Be the one that Galatians says, for the flesh desires what is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit what is contrary to the flesh. They are in conflict with each other, so that they are to do whatever they want. Don't do whatever you want. Fight the flesh. Be of the spirit, and consider that the child is the best interest here. The child is who we are concerned about. Put our selfish and our own emotional needs aside and consider what is best for the child. Thank you.